I I've been thinking for a long, long time whether I should do this or not. But after speaking to a lot of my mentors, I think I should do this. I, I have never done anything like that before, revealing my most powerful secret to the public just like that. But I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna debunk the myth why 95% of the retail traders don't make it or don't make money in trading and investing. I'm gonna tell you the right secret by revealing what's the right secret because they have in fact not really a proper complete information. What do you mean by retail traders? Retail traders means anyone who is trading at their home, which just means you. Yeah. Now, so let's get straight into it. And I'm probably gonna get a lot of, naysayers, probably gonna get a lot of complaints. Oh, Raven, and you do that, but why is everyone teaching that? I urge you to finish this video, keep an open-minded, finish this video till the end, because I'm going to review some of the things I've never really reviewed in my entire life to public like that. Unless you're my students, you already know, what happened. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Now, obviously, I send you this question, this question where whether you should buy here or you shouldn't buy here. Yeah. And if you haven't known the answer yet, go ahead and try to type the answer. You can type to me on WhatsApp before you watch till the end of this video. You can pause and just give it a guess. But whether you guess it right or you guess it wrong, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, don't worry about that. Now, obviously, a lot of you guess it right. Yeah, and that is what makes you think your strategy works. A lot of you guess it right because if you just use some basic technical analysis like your support line, you use some indicators, that's probably going to give you some indications of what you're going to do. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's not the complete picture. Yeah. What you learn is just part of the pieces of the puzzle. You learn there's 1,000 puzzles, thousands puzzles. You just got one of them only. Yeah. But I'm going to review step by step right now. Now, I'm going to review using my most powerful, yes, Ravens Horrigo, the best $1 million trading strategy in the world, literally. Now, why do I say this? I will show you the proof. I will show you what happened kind of later on, but this is literally it. So let's say this. So this is the Ravens. I'm going to show you, I'm going to review the answer for you using this step-by-step strategy. So this is Ravens exclusive Holy Grail $1 million 8-step powerful strategy. This is a strategy that made me one of the youngest and richest multi-millionaire in the UK amongst everyone that I know. Yes, or everyone that you know in the company or anyone you already know. I sell this strategy for a lot of money, £1 million. Yes, students actually pay for that. No one in this world would teach this. I just want to make this very, very clear. No one in the world would teach you this. If you found anybody that teach you this strategy, you ask me, you let me know. Yeah? But it's impossible anyone's going to teach you this because I live in the city. So how do I learn? How do I come about learning this strategy? But I just want to let you know right now, all of the mentors, everyone that you know that I actually already learned from, or I look at their materials. I know whether they works or they don't work. Everyone you know right now, any courses, any mentors, you say it, I've been to that training. Why? Because this is my passion. I will tell you a little bit about my story later on, but I want to get straight into the juice right now. I'll tell you one straight into the juice. Just like if you really love to eat ice cream, you would eat all the ice cream in the world. If you like to go on holiday, you would try all of the you would go on all of the holidays in the world. You wouldn't just go on one holiday in Barbados and you never go anywhere else. You wouldn't do that. So trading and investing is my passion. I love to be the number one. I want to be the best because I'm always the underdog, growing up. I'll tell you more about that kind of later on. But yeah. So who here can relate to me where you are the underdog, you know you have a lot of potential, but you are sick of tired of your potential and you want to have your now. Yeah. So I'm one of these people because I also grew up with like 4 siblings. So growing up, the only way for me to get love growing up is always to work really, really hard to be the number one in anything that I do. And it's true. When I get to school, I'm always the top 1 in top 2 in class. I got my A level. Some of you seen my A level results. I got the top of the world, the 4 A stars, like high A stars, like 95, 94. So all because of I like to be the best in everything that I'm doing. So you are literally learning from the best. a lot of you have been with my training, you absolutely know this. Now, continue. So how do I come about this strategy? You'll just avoid you. How do I come about this strategy? I come about this strategy because if you know where I live, I actually live in, let's see if you can see, I actually live in the city in London. I live in the city in London. So living in the city in London means I have a lot of friends that have, works in hedge funds and works as a professional traders, literally. And when I speak to them, I actually have realized that 90% of them don't know what they are doing. They either just control the computer, they do Excel sheet. They're not actually trading. They're not actually, buying and selling, putting on trades. And I realized that they actually don't do that anymore. So the only very, very minority, right, 0.01% of the traders working in all these big banks are actually trading. And I know some of them, and I pay them, persuaded them to kind of guide me, kind of mentor one-to-one from literally some of the best traders in the world. And I have to I have to get pieces of the puzzle from each of them. All of the mentors that have been, all of the courses that have been, I have to take up each of the puzzles, and I have to puzzle them into my proper puzzle that works. Because initially, let me just tell you right now why 95% of the traders and investors lose money. Because they just use technical analysis. Yeah, they just draw support line, they just draw resistance line, they draw some investment indicator, and they cross their finger and they think this is going to go to their way. The majority of the retail traders lose money because they spend 100% of their energy on technical analysis. And in this training, you're going to see that technical analysis we do use, but it's just 10% of our analysis. Well, a lot of people spend 90%. Who here can relate to me where you actually put all of the support line, all of the resistance line, you do all the indicators, but you're still not making money consistently. You might make money once, you might make money twice, but consistently you will see that you are struggling. Who here can relate to me? Now, and I am in your exact same shoes. When I get into trading and investing 10 years ago, I was just focusing on technical analysis. I was looking at the chart pattern, the double top and the double bottom. I will show you why technical analysis is great, but it shouldn't be your 90%. It should just be your 10% of it. Yeah? Just think about it. You think all these big banks spend millions of pounds every single year trying to draw support and resistance line? Just think about it. They're trying to see RSI cross these, MACD cross these. They spend millions of pounds just trying to get that information where we could have got that in 5 minutes or 5 seconds. No way. So there's got to be a better way. There's something missing there. Yeah, that most of you do not know because you haven't been fed the right information. I wouldn't say the right information. You've been fed right information, but small pieces of the puzzle. And there are 99% of the puzzles you are still missing. And in this training, I literally going to tell you, going to unpeel the black curtain. Do you wish that you watch a magic show? Don't you just wish someone could just show you the black curtain? And this is what's going to happen in this training. Yeah. I'm so excited. Now, so 90% don't know what they're doing. I have to pull the resources one by one, borrow a lot of money. I have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And a lot of my mentors, because I've been to one mentors, but I combine them, all of them together, strategies together, were so surprised. I can send you the text where they know that I make the most money. They see everyone else because obviously, and they just surprised that I make so much money. I'm always the underdog. Why? 3 reasons that makes me always wanted to become the best. First, because I've got a lot of siblings and my brother was very, very good looking, very, very tall. So I always felt that to get love from my parents, I have to work really hard. So it's kind of like I always wanted to become the best. Secondly, why do I always wanted to become the best of the best in anything that I'm doing? Is also because, secondly, maybe because coming to this culture and society, I felt I don't felt that right now, but when I was younger, there are some kind of culture, there are some kinds of like, I don't know, like, maybe, I don't want to use that word, but maybe skin color, maybe, you know, some people respect them more because they have a different skin color. Some people respect them more, they have a better accent and stuff like that. Who here can relate to me where you have a friends, or maybe you can relate to me, but I don't have that right now, but I'm just telling you that once upon a time. But also, who here feels that you always have this potential to do a lot more, you deserve a lot more, so you just want to work harder than anybody else, and you just want to have your now, you're sick of tired to have your potential, you know you deserve a lot more. Yeah, so these are 3 reasons why I really, you know, really propels me to be the best in anything that I'm really passionate about. But I will tell you why I'm also the best in, but anyway, so I suddenly also becomes the best trainer in the world in terms of in financial markets coaching. And yeah, only my students who've been to all of the trainings, they can really relate to that. But I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to back test a lot of strategy. Let's go to our step 1 right now. I'm so excited. Now, the step 1, when it comes to trading and investing, yeah, do you want to remember? This is what Warren Buffett told me. I asked Warren Buffett, if you've been to his interview, you know, he annually, you know, if you're an investor, you can go and see him in Berkshire Hathaway, which is in so every year you can go and see him, so you get to interview him. So I study him a lot, and one of the most important, if I have time, I've put a clip here. He said the most important thing in terms of trading and investing is not because you have the high IQ. You don't need to be the smart. So even if you're a complete beginner, you can do really well. The most difficult thing to do in trading and investing, or the most important thing to do, is actually your temperament, your emotion. You need to control the emotion. You can't go with the crowd. Yeah. So that's the most important. So hence I put this as a number 1. So it's literally true. And I will show you why. So sentiment, market emotion means, because humans always buy things, you know, based on emotions and stuff. So when we buy stocks as well, emotion is really important. So we always see 2 types of emotion is really powerful, which is the fear emotions and the greed emotion. So you want to do opposite of what people do. If you remember, when you have people getting really extremely fearful, you already know you want to be buying. If they are getting really greedy, you want to be selling. Yeah. So I told you the story before. Some of you might know, you know, sometimes I go on forum, I go on groups, just trying to see what are the retail traders doing. What are they feeling about the market? Are they very greedy about the market? Are they saying sell? Are they saying buy? So I started to, you know, see one by one to see what they're actually doing. And then I go against them, because 95% of the people lose money. So I go against them. And then I figure out, okay, there's actually a tool for us to measure them. So I'm going to give you a tool today as well. And a lot of my students paid at least £50,000 to learn this. Now, let's get into it right now. So the first thing we want to look at is really to look at the fear and greed index. So whenever you want to buy a stock on the 7th of March, it's actually more than 7th of March, 14th of March. You want to ask yourself, am I at the extreme fear? If you want to buy, am I at the extreme fear, or am I at the extreme greed? So what do? You go on here. And let's see. So yeah, this is Johnson & Johnson. This is where you're supposed to make a decision whether to buy or whether to sell. Yeah. So let me just remove all of that. Now let's go straight into it. So yeah, so this is the fear and greed index on the, what's that called? 14th of March, like 7th of March, just right here. So you can see that on the 7th of March, we're at neutral. So that means that you should probably still wait a little bit. And you want to be buying when it gets to here. Can you see it says extreme fear? Like people are really getting really fearful. If you draw a support line, you can see we're at extreme fears as well. So you probably say, okay, on the 13th of March is where I was be looking to buy, because I'm at extreme fear. So you're just going to put it right there. So I'm going to wait till extreme fear on the 13th of March to buy. Yeah. So yeah, that's very important. So the second one you want to look at. So this is just to look at the emotion already. That's it. It takes 5 seconds. And the second one is very easy. I'm going to pinpoint it so easy for you. And I wish someone else could have done this for me 10 years ago. I literally wish. And the second one, you want to look at what the big whales and what the smart money are doing. If smart money buys, you want to buy. If smart money are selling, you want to be selling. So if anyone already know about the on my one-to-one session, we want to look at the crossing over. You want to see more buys than sell for the big institutions. So what you do, you go on here. Let's see if I got it. Yep, here. So you can see the insider buy and sells for the officers and directors, and you want to look at the date. So where are we? So on the March time, you can see on the 7th of March, we hasn't seen the crossover yet. And you can see this is the purchase, it's like 50, sales is like 185. We want to have more purchases than the sale. Remember, we want to have more purchases. That's a buy signal. So you can see that finally there's a crossing over just right here. That means the purchase is 185, sale is 132. So we have more purchases. So the people, the directors, the officers, the CEO of the companies are buying more shares than selling. So this is another buy signal. So waiting for more purchase than what? Than sell. Whew. What's that called? 13th of March, 13th or 14th of March, just there. Yeah, to buy. Cool. Let's go to another one. Then go against the retail traders, the dumb money. We call it dumb money, dumb people. It's just a term that traders use or professional traders use. You know, when we hang out, professional traders, when we hang out together on the table, we just say dumb money, just because 95% of the traders, investors have been fed the wrong information. And we don't blame anyone, you know, because the professional traders want you to know that, wants you to use the wrong information. Otherwise, who's going to make money? So coming back, so 95% of the traders, because they just focus on technical analysis. So dumb money, if people are selling, then you want to be buying. Ooh. So literally, if you see your neighbors is asking you to buy, your neighbor is asking you to sell, you have to do the opposite. Yeah? Most people go with the crowd. That's why they don't make money. But yeah, you want to go against. So would it be nice if you got the tool for that? It would be nice, isn't it? I'm going to show you the tool for that as well. Powerful. So for my students already, you should know this as well. It's on your training portal, but I'm going to review to you right now. It's called, you want to find the platform that has the most, you know, people using, retail people using. Hopefully the platform, when you open it, it will say 90% of the traders lose money. Okay, that platform, you want to look at them, look at the sentiment. Yeah, most of the platform will give it to you. So in this situation, we're going to use IG. You can go to dailyfx.com and they have this IG sentiment for you. So you want to look back. So this is March time. Yeah, this is March time. So you just want to look at during this time, do we have, you know, so let's have a look. So during this time, you can see here. Yeah, you can see during this time, we have a lot of people who are actually, you can see there is a place for us to buy. Let me see if I can annotate it. Yeah, let me just show you. Yeah, when you see here, that means it's kind of the time to buy. If it's at the bottom, that means it's kind of time to sell. Yeah. Well, how do you mean? Can you give me more example? If I give you more example, we're going to talk about half an hour for this, but I'm just going to tell you right now very quickly. For example, if you see things go up here, that means it's time to buy. The stocks just go up. This is NZD against USD. If you see that's at the bottom here, it just went down like that. Yeah. Just accept that for now. So similar here. So during that time, when our March time, you can see just around that time, we are around that area. So it's a good time to start buying. Yeah. Whenever you're around that area, it's a good time to buy. For example, here you can see just now, similar situation. We are around that high area here area. So this is the prices, and the prices went up massively as well. Yeah. So what we're going to type right there, I'm going to type there, it's a good time to buy. So good to buy actually because most people are selling. Because good to buy because dumb money is selling. It has nothing to against everyone. It's just a term that professional traders use when we sit down together. It's just easy way to say it. Yeah. So that's it. You have done these 3 steps already. Now let's look at step number 4. Yeah, just put it there. Step number 4. Now, step number 4, blow your freaking mind. I just want to say this. Step number 4 will literally blow your freaking mind. No one else is going to teach you this. People go on 3 days course so many times. People spend £50,000. All they learn is just technical analysis. They spend £50,000. All they learn is just technical analysis. It's the same thing being taught in a different way. Today, I'm going to review this to you for free. Just because I like to over-deliver. I will tell you my passion, why I decide to do this, even though I'm financially free. I don't have to do this anymore, but it's just my passion right now. Now, number 4. This itself can spend one hour, but I'm going to explain to you in 5 minutes. Would you agree that in this world, we have different seasons? We have winter, we have summer, we have autumn, we have spring. We have different seasons. Would you agree? Same thing to do. So at different seasons, we buy different stuff. When it comes to winter, we start to buy a lot of like winter clothes. When it comes to summer, we start to like don't buy any winter clothes. So the companies that we buy and sell, the profits up, down, up, down, up, down, it will go through a season as well. Remember, everything we do has a pattern. Humans are creatures of pattern. Humans are creatures of habits. Everything we do has a pattern. Same thing with trading and investing. It has a pattern. In January, there's a certain pattern. February, there's a certain pattern. March, February, May, April, June, July. There's a certain pattern for each of them. No one knows this. No one's going to teach you this. But this is literally it. This is really powerful. They have certain pattern for all of them. You know, just like many years ago when we don't know there's a winter, but once we know there's a winter, there's a lot of things for us to prepare. We can start buying clothes, we can start turning on the heating and stuff like that. Yeah. So knowing the season in advance is going to give us massive advantage. Would you agree? This is it. So you want to check the pattern of the company. You can check the pattern of the sector. You can check the pattern of the company. Let's go and do it right now. Why am I so excited? Because when I first learned this, I was jumping. I was jumping in excitement. When I first learned this, I put on the trades and was making money. It's like printing money. It's literally you have a printing money machine in your house. You have a bank and the bank is printing money in the house. Literally, I was jumping when I first made my first trade using this strategy and money comes in. So that's why I still can remember what happened to me 8 years ago when I used this strategy. And can you please do me a favor? Please don't share it to any of your mentors. You can share it to your friends. You can share it to your son. You can share it to your daughters. Don't share it to your mentors. Cool. Let's have a look. Let's look at this season pattern strategy. I still blow my mind. So in this season pattern strategy, so obviously we look at Johnson & Johnson. So we want to look, Johnson & Johnson is a trade. Yeah, I purposely show you the name of the company because another most biggest mistake people make, retail traders make, they don't know the name of the company. They don't know what they do. You want to take 5 seconds to know what the company is. Johnson & Johnson is a healthcare company, kind of. Yeah, you want to type it. What is Johnson & Johnson? Just type it, Johnson & Johnson. Do you know what that is? It's just a pharmaceutical devices, consumer packaged food. It's like a healthcare company. Yeah. So healthcare company, you just have to know that. So now we're trying to go on that sector and that company to know what is the season of that company. Healthcare company, there's a season. McDonald's, there's a season. Coca-Cola is a season. Coca-Cola used to do well in the summer because everyone is drinking Coca-Cola. Yeah. So there's a season for everything. Walmart used to do well during Thanksgiving, during Christmas time. Amazon do well during Thanksgiving, Christmas time. You know, you can buy them for 2 to 3 days and then you can sell them after because they have a season for all of them. I'm going to show you right now. Johnson Johnson, what's your season? Let's have a look. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, this is Johnson and Johnson. This is the season of Johnson and Johnson. Let me just explain what is this graph. This is compounding 10 to 20 years of every single month of January, what Johnson and Johnson looks like. Every single February, what does it look like? March, what does it look like? April, what does it look like? May. So when you sort of look at March, you can see Johnson and Johnson during March, they were normally started to go up already. April started to go up. May, June, July, it will go kind of sideways. So at least it's not coming down. So it's a good time to buy. We are looking to buy it during March because the question is in March. So it's actually a good time to buy because it started to go up like that. Make sense? So this is just a season. No, October time, September time, healthcare starts to go down. So let me give you a tip right now. If you ask me, Raven, when's the next best time for me to expect a market crash? It's probably in the middle of September. And then it's going to finish the crash in the middle of October. So pay attention to that. But I will tell you more about it later on. You can see whether it's true or not. There's one more market correction kind of later on. And later on, the next half of the year, October, November, December, we're going to have a great year. Money making is very easy. Yeah. But some people say, oh, Raven, is this guarantee? In life, nothing is guaranteed. It's all about probability game. But knowing the season of winter and summer, is it guaranteed that summer is going to come? We don't know whether exactly summer is going to come, but we can know probably summer is going to come using probability game. Is it true that snow is going to come during winter? We cannot guarantee that. Okay, but we can look at the pattern. But anyway, so it tells us that, okay, looking at the pattern, it does show that March, April, May, June, this sector will go up. So it's again a buy signal. So far we can kind of a lot of buy signal. We haven't got a lot of sell signal. Now let's look at Raven's fundamental analysis. This is also very, very powerful. Fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis means really powerful. First, you want to check the government sector's report to see if the sectors is doing great or doing bad. Most people don't do this. Do you know that every single week, every single month, the government or Johnson and Johnson company has to tell the government what my company looks like. They have to tell you, because the government needs to write down the survey. The government is trying to control the country. Obviously, they need to know what does each company is doing. What is the economy doing? And the way they find out how does the economy do is by asking the company. So the Johnson & Johnson CEO, Johnson & Johnson manager will go to the government and tell you, you know what, this is what I thought about the company. Excuse me, isn't this saving you a lot of time and money? By just talking to Johnson & Johnson CEO and ask you, hey, Johnson & Johnson, how is your company doing this year? How's your company doing this month? Do you think next month you're going to make money? Do you think next month you're going to do well? Isn't it saving you a lot of time? But most people don't use this. Most people don't use the strategy. Most people sitting in the corner, sitting in their hole, trying to predict the market by drawing all these resistance and support line, by drawing all these indicators, MACD, RSI, stochastic. Let's look at it right now. The government sector's report. This is what I wish people actually show me. I'm sharing it to you right now because I treat you like my community, like my family. I treat you like my father, like my mother. I want you to do well, like my daughter, like my son. I want you to do well. I rather someone to tell me the truth, to tell me to review the right strategy. I don't mind you complain. Some people is gonna go and complain. Some people say, "Oh, Raven, Raven is teaching us something so different." If you think what you already done in the past is working, why don't you continue to do it? If it is working, then you can continue to do what you've been doing. You spend £50,000 to learn technical analysis, where you can already, I'm just telling you my honest situation. And I hope you can be open-minded and be coachable, because that's how you're gonna get result. Yeah, just think about it. Do you really think big banks spend millions and millions every single year trying to draw investment indicator. Now I'm trying to make it easy for you. I'm not saying technical analysis doesn't work. In fact, technical analysis is very powerful, but it's supposed to be the 10%. Most of you are using 100% resistance support line investment indicator. But let's look at fundamental government sector report for a second. So that's the report. This is the report. You can see news provided by this guy's Service PMI report. It launched, it's been advertised on the 3rd of March. That's what we're going to look at. And because Johnson & Johnson is a healthcare sector, we're just going to look at healthcare. Where is it? Healthcare. Yeah, this is the healthcare. So what is it saying? He says inflation through somewhat ease from the peak of the past 6 months. So he's telling us that inflation is easing, which is good, because if inflation is not easing, they're going to have more expensive medical equipment. They're going to more expensive labor, more expensive everything. So it's very difficult to make profits. But if inflation in March, they're telling you, Johnson & Johnson or the healthcare sector, they tell the government, you know what, government? The inflation is easing. If you know inflation is easing, don't your life becomes a lot easier because you know in advance whether it's easing or not. So if things are easing, you know that the stock is going to go up because you're going to make more profit rather than giving all of your money to cost. So sector says improving, says easing. So it's a green light to buy. It's not saying, oh, inflation is doomed. Inflation is really, really bad. It's getting worse. If it's that, you want to be selling. Now, the next one, this is even more incredible. This tool that I'm about to share with you right now is even more incredible. This is what I wish someone could have shown me. I can't believe I'm giving you for free right now. So say thank you and say congratulations to you right now for watching till the end, because we're going to go to it right now. Once we found out what they talk to the government about their own sector, their own company, is it nice to check the exact traders' order book to see more or less money is pouring their money, to see if what other people are doing, what are the hedge funds doing, what are the big banks, what are the HSBC doing, what are the hedge funds doing? Isn't it nice to be able to see what they buy, what they sell? So we look at their order book. Order book. I'm going to show you. Now, this is the order book. You open it and you will see this is, it says the combined positions of March 7, 2023. Yeah. So this is the order book. There's dealer, intermediary, asset manager, institutional, leverage funds, and all that stuff. So let's go to it. So you just have to type healthcare because there are a lot of stuff. So this is what we need to look at. The healthcare, we just want to look at asset manager, institutional, because they are the smart people. The rest is not so important. And you can see in this one is okay, 4430, not very significant. But let's look at the next one. For March 14, yeah? So they announce it every single week, literally. You get to see what people are doing every single week. And then you type again healthcare. So this is the week after. And you get to see during March 14, asset manager has been longing 1642. They have been buying the healthcare sector. If the smart money, if the big whales spend millions of pounds, make most of the money from the market are buying smart money, professional traders, smart money are buying. Don't you want to follow us? You do. And they've been buying 1642. And what do you want to do when you see that? You want to go and buy. So just type on here, smart money are buying. So it's a buy signal. I hope you can see I'm giving you something that actually connects to the world. I'm connecting you to the government. I'm connecting you to the hedge funds. I'm connecting you to the real people. I didn't ask you to sit in the corner, draw imaginarily line yourself, living in your own bubble, look at the investment indicator yourself, look at the resistance support line, draw your trend line yourself. I didn't ask you to do that. I give you strategy where you can connect to the world. How? You connect to the smart money. You look at their order book, you look at the government, you look at that, you look at the emotion. I'm giving you the real deal that actually makes a difference in your trading world. Now you know why people call me the best, which I'm very humble and very pleased. I'm always the underdog. So if you decide that you want to go with me, if you decide that you want to move ahead, if you decide that you want to take your trading game to the next level, I want to say thank you for believing in yourself and thank you for believing in me. But I will tell you, I will show you step by step a little bit more. Now, number 4, optional. That means you don't even need to use this because you got all of the signal in your hand already. Use basic technical analysis to time your entry. I will tell you why technical analysis might not give you the right signal, but let's try it. Technical analysis, everyone knows already this step. Step number 2, you draw your trend line. So draw a trend line. Trend line. So you already broken your trend line. When technical analysis rule, when it breaks your trend line, it's kind of asking you to sell, isn't it? When you break your trend line. This is 1 touches, 2 touches, 3 touches. It breaks your trend line. The thing about technical analysis is that where are you going to decide where you're going to put your trend line? Wouldn't you agree? Where are you going to put your trend line? That's the first question. Second, let's look at our support line then. That's a support line. And it has broken our support line. And the rule of technical analysis, if it breaks your support line, is a continuation pattern. It will continue to go down. So you're probably going to make a signal to sell there. But if you're using investment indicator, maybe it's going to help you a little bit. But let me show you. What do I put there before as an investment indicator? I put, what's the picture? Let's look. I forgot completely. So I put CCI. Okay, let's go to CCI. So if you use CCI, probably you're going to get it right. So you can change the setting. And I love the settings. That setting is 90. So you can see here is kind of oversold zone. So you want to be buying it here. So if you use investment indicators, you're going to give you the right answer. If you use support line, if you resistance line, you're not going to give the right answer. Yeah. So you already know the answer. So what's the last step? Use the right risk management, capital allocation for financial freedom. This is even a bigger topic to talk about, but we haven't got time today. So, what happened to the answer? You click it, 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 click, 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 click. Yeah, it went up nicely and massively, exactly what we want to go. Yeah, the stock just went up really, really nicely. So congratulations if you got it right. But I probably think none of you will get the strategy, know the strategy I'm talking about right now, unless you're my students. How do you consider as my students? You either join the training via me or you have one-to-one session with me already. Yeah. So if you join the training via me, you will still get anything that anyone promised to you. You will still get everything. Now you just got a Lamborghini and a Ferrari together, rather than just having one, Ferrari. So if you join me, if you join the training via me, you get 2 people to help you. You get a lot of people to help you together. But what do I want to say? Okay, I want to also pinpoint out why technical analysis doesn't work so well. I'm just going to show you very quickly. So if you've been using technical analysis, I will probably say you've probably been losing money for the past 3 months. I'll show you why I say that. Okay, let's look at S&P 500 for a second. Yeah, let's look at S&P 500. Just use all the technical analysis for a second. Now, using technical analysis for S&P 500, you will probably, let me just remove all of the lines. You will probably wanting to short since here. Since like back in May time, April time, you will probably want to short the market here. June time, you want to short the market. Why? I will show you. Because CCI give you a sell signal. So you would have shorted here. And this is near the resistance line. You are probably shorted just there. You can see just perfect resistance line. Stochastic giving you a sell signal, CCI giving you a sell signal. So you have continued to lose money for 3 months. And I have a lot of students who are under coachings from other people. They literally lose money for 3 months. and the coaching from other mentors who just focus on technical analysis. But if you use the strategy that I gave you, let's see what decision you're going to make. For example, no technical analysis is going to tell you to sell here. No technical analysis is going to ask you to sell here. The only analysis is going to tell you to sell here is a sentiment. It's the emotion. It's everything that I talk about. It's my million holy grail strategy. Raven, can you prove it? Okay. Let's talk about this for a second. Let's look at the April one first, yeah? April 1, technical analysis is asking you to sell. So you probably will short it here thinking it's going to come down because CCI is crossover, stochastic. Stochastic, CCI, MACD, they are all very similar things. They are very, very similar things. They are one kind of indicator. They are called momentum indicator. So they are very similar. So all of them would have given you a sell signal just these 3 months because it crosses down. It will give you a sell signal. So, but if you use the strategy that I taught you, which is the first one, let's go back step by step. Check the sentiment, check the big whales are doing, extreme fear, extreme greed. You have got different answer. So let's go back. Fear and greed, you will see during March state, we are not at extreme greed, so we wouldn't do anything on that. But let's continue. What is it? Look at what the big whales and big institution traders are doing. You want to see the crossing over. So here, look, can you see the April time and May time? We have a crossing over. Look, the crossover. Remember just now we were talking about this crossover. Now it crosses over again here. It's time to buy when it crosses over because the purchases are more than the selling. Incredible, isn't it? So you will be looking to buy. Can you see? You wouldn't be looking to short. Same thing with seasonality. This is even more powerful. Let me show you the season. This is a season of S&P 500. In April, May, June time, in the past 15 years, you can see it says 15 years, it has been going up nicely. So if you've been shorting here, you are going against our seasonality. You are thinking winter is summer if you don't have these two. Wow. Right now, you can see where August time, you can see during historically August time, the markets is not very stable. It went down. So it went down. The real coming down, the real market crash is going to be in middle of September. You can see that. Yeah. And the rest of it is just going to be very, very nice. But if you're on the mentorship training, you should know exactly how to do it. So yeah, seasonality asking us to buy, but technical asking us to sell. If you look at the government sectors as well, order book, you will all see that everyone, the smart people are all pouring the money into the market. You don't trust me? You can just type same thing here. You just have to type 500. You just look at US 500. Let's have a look. Okay, obviously we have to change the date just for a second. So the date is just around here. So let's say we are choosing around May time or April time anywhere. They're quite similar. And then you just have to open it so you can see it. And then you just type 500 again. We are not looking at pound. We are not looking at euro. We're not looking at dollar. Obviously, you can use it for everything. You can see here on S&P 500, during the May time, the asset manager, the smart money, are pouring how much? 820 into long and only 346 into short. So obviously you want to follow the majority. They're pouring money into the market in May. So technical analysis, you're probably trying to short it here. You're probably going to lose a lot of money. But if you use the strategies that I just told you, you are unstoppable. I appreciate you. I'm very grateful for you for listening, and congratulations yourself for listening to my videos, because lots of people just scroll up and they think I'm spamming them. I'm not spamming you. I'm just really passionate about helping. As I say, I'm closing the slot for the mentorship training. Looking for 2 more people. If that's you, use the link down below to book a call. If you really, really want to learn from the best, you want to learn from someone who's been there, done that, give yourself a chance or give me a chance. And I can tell you, I can promise you, you will not be disappointed. Big money making opportunities coming. Some people will be like, just before I go, so I just remember, Raven, how do I know this is gonna come down? Can you see during this level, during 25th of July, no technical analysis is telling you exactly when this is gonna come down. But if you use what I just show you here, extreme greed, fear and greed, extreme greed. Can you see extreme greed just at 18th of July, 24th of July, extreme greed. Can you see this extreme greed? 24th of July. Just go on 24th of July, just exactly, just right at the top. You will be aiming exactly right at the top, and it went down massively. People are getting very greedy at the time. It just shot it down. Thank you for listening. I'm very touched because I've never really reviewed this before, because I always have this limiting belief to, trading and investing is a very powerful secret, because once you get it, no one can take that away from you. And I normally only review to my one-to-one mentoring students. But if you want to be part of it, use the link down below to book a call. And I would love to be part of your hand-holding success, financial freedom journey, just like all of the students that you see on our WhatsApp. Can I also just tell you, no one has more successful students than me. Why? Because I have a proven strategy that works that no one else in the world actually knows. You can see how powerful that is already. When I know about this right now, I'll be jumping right now. I will be jumping because I've given you the tool that no one can take that away from you. I'm your brother. I'm your sister. Raven Connolly. Book a call. Oh, I forget about why do I do this. You are absolutely right. Some of you will be like, Raven, you are such a multimillionaire. Why are you still doing this? Let me tell you very, very quickly. Growing up, a lot of you know my story. I came from a very broken family background. Growing up, I realized that my mom wasn't happy in the relationship. She wasn't happy. But she was so financially dependent on my father that I felt so excruciatingly painful to see her suffer. And I worry about if they split, I'm going to get kicked out of the house. Because my mom is very financially dependent on my father. It's like her source of oxygen. So growing up at that moment, I said to myself, I want to empower women. I want to help women where they should also learn a skill. They shouldn't just depend on other people. But at that time, I was really young and I don't know how. So today, if you ask me why I'm doing this, I'm actually also doing it for my mother, or that's where the source of motivation comes from. But more importantly, of my students. You see a lot of success testimony, they're all women, but I also have male. But I'm more, initially when I first started, I was really, my original reason is just to empower women, where, you should get a skill where you just not relying on shopping time for money or being so financially dependent on someone else. So very personal story, hasn't really shared it before, but yeah. Thank you. Book a call. I appreciate you.